Oh, it's
All right, everybody, welcome to our Epic Empire team call. It's so exciting to have Miss Angie Lee here on the call. Angie and I have became fast friends probably because we are just crazy blondes who have quirky, weird personalities that like just being ourselves. And I was so attracted to her. I don't even know how I found her. I think she popped up in my news feeds on Facebook, and I'm like, who is this cute chick? And then she just is the most real, authentic person, and that's who I'm attracted to. And so I started following her on social media, and I loved all of the wisdom from coming from this young chick, crazy wisdom. And so I would constantly absorb these videos. I'm like, I have to know her. Like, she doesn't know it, and this is what we should be putting across on social media. But she doesn't know it, but we're gonna be best friends. Like, she don't know yet, but like we're pretty much legit best friends, and she doesn't know. So
like it or not.
like it or not, we're friends. And Meatball's my dog too. I'm just kidding.
He's right here. Everybody, real quick.
Oh,
real
there
quick.
he is. Oh,
Everybody say hi to Meatball. Hi, babies.
so
Say, hey, ladies, go crush it. Okay, that's Meatball. But I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I know you guys are mostly, obviously, you're health and wellness coaches. So that's usually who I serve right now as a marketing coach, helping them with social media, Facebook, Instagram, how to monetize their brands. A lot of them are Beachbody, Isogenics girls. They're in network marketing. So I'm happy to dive in a little bit on Instagram today. As you know, that's where most of you are probably hanging out because your great leader is the queen of Instagram and she crushes it. So I'm happy to dive into some of my best tips around Insta Story, if that's powerful for you guys today, or an open Q&A about maybe some stuff on social, how to present yourself, how to overcome money objections, everything from sales, confidence. Something I think I really love to chat about also is the power of storytelling to sell. I know many of you are in that situation where maybe you're new to network marketing. I don't know how many of you guys are new. Give me your little bit of your background in the chat so I have an idea of who's on the call. And I know it's hard to put yourself out there. I know it's awkward. It's weird. Getting on video is scary. How many of you are afraid of Facebook Live sometimes? I mean, it's a lot. And cool, 1 month, woo! She's like, I just started. 9 months, cool. 2 months. And I think one of the hardest things to do is that authenticity and being yourself and sharing your story, because you're all sharing the same product at the end of the day. You work for this same company. So if you think about it, what separates Jatana from another cute blonde who is dancing around on Insta Story? It's herself, and she's being fully her unapologetically in everything she does. So we can dive into some of that. But I would love to know, what are some of your biggest struggles when it comes to Instagram? I don't know how much you guys have covered yet with Insta Story. How many of you use Insta Story to sell? Or have seen a direct ROI in your Beachbody business with Insta Story? 1.5 years. Audra says, me. Valen, no, not yet. Caroline says 2 months. Aaron says 3 years. Love Insta Story. I have it increase. Oh, yay. Laura said it's where I feel the most comfortable. Awesome. Awesome. Is anybody not on it or hasn't used it yet at all? Had a great following. Me, 1 year. IG stories are my fave. I always seem to get coaches following me or other network marketers, not used. Okay, cool. So this might be new for some of you who haven't used it yet. But yeah, I have a list of some of my favorite things that I think is really, really important for Instagram, and then mostly story, that I think you guys should dive into. So the first thing with Instagram is to make sure that your bio is really, really clear and consistent, and it's sellable. And I'm happy to audit some of these for you gals tonight, maybe a few of you if we have time. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to teach women niche. I have a niche training all about this, for having some sort of specificity to what you do as a wellness coach, and making sure that your bio is primed for business, not just, I love cats, I love the beach, I love staring at the sunset. Maybe that's what Mike says. I love long walks on the beach, and I'm also a health and wellness coach. I really think it's time, especially when you're in the beginning of your business, to prime it to be a business account and to have it be things that are applicable for your ideal client. So within 10 seconds, I want to be able to land on your page, and if I have no idea who the heck you are, I know who you are, what you serve, and what do you do as a wellness coach. And this is regardless if you're in network marketing or not. I see it as you guys have this beautiful, amazing product partner. It's part of what you do, but you're leading as you. You know, you're leading as who you are first. That's the most important thing. People are going to buy it because it's you. They love you. They could go get it somewhere else, but they've fallen in love with you, your story, and how you present yourself, and the problem that you solve. So I would love to dive into the bio a little bit if you guys are open to that. I'm really it's one of my favorite things to do is to kind of ninjafy the bios, make them clear, make them sellable, make them consistent, take out any fluff, take out any of the I love horseback riding, naked, or whatever weird stuff's in the bio, chop that all out and make it really business focused, especially in the first year of your business online. I would say that's a huge part of the growth on Instagram is that once you learn some of the growth hacks, it's one thing to get people's attention. It's another thing to get them to actually stay and to like the page. And the bio is designed for that. You know, Instagram designed the bio to only allow you to have so many letters on purpose. And I kind of like that. I think it makes it short and sweet. And I think it gives you the opportunity to really learn how to condense what you do in a statement. Next is keep in mind, people come for education and then they stay for entertainment. So Jatana and I are very entertaining. She's very entertaining, right? She's always dancing on her kitchen and her mom's dancing and she's taking her mom crack and like, she's so entertaining. You cannot watch her, right? And so that's something that you do want to infuse into your brand. But I think it's really important to know that 9 out of 10 people first come for education. They want to see the behind the scenes of the workouts. They want to see your nutrition tips. They want to see you as a credible source. They want to see you as a health and wellness leader. And this might feel a little scary at first because some of you are brand new and you're like, oh my God, I got to own this leadership role. But it's almost that feeling of being the research expert in the beginning and saying, hey, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a doctor, I'm none of those things, but I'm going to tell you that I have an amazing story and I'm still going to give you valuable tips every day. And you can put this in your posts. I see posts as the new blog, but it's a micro blog in a sense, right? How many of you guys love those posts where they actually give you tangible tips or things that they can actually take away versus hashtag kale salad, right? You're going to be so much more valuable as a wellness coach if in your post you're actually giving away some really valuable educational content. I really think when it comes to social media, and especially when you're a health and wellness coach, people are going to come to your page and they'll stay initially for education. They're going to see you as a teacher. They're going to trust you. And then you start to infuse more funny stuff, characters in your life, you dancing, you know, doing all the weird stuff on Insta Story, the behind the scenes stuff, but they come for education and then they're going to stay for entertainment. And I think the beautiful sweet spot to master is edutainment, which is where you're going 50-50 with your audience. So what I organically do now and what I used to do is I literally on a piece of paper, when I was trying to think of my content ideas and how I wanted to present myself as a personal brand, I have half of the side of the piece of paper is I'm their friend and all the fun friend things. Like I show them my life and meatball and weird stuff. And then half of my content is educational and it's posts and it's takeaways and it's things that you could actually take with you throughout your day to improve your life, your business, whatever industry you're in. So I make sure that I'm a friend, but I'm also a teacher. So that's something to keep in mind on social media. People want to buy from their friend, but they also want to respect you and see you as a leader. So that is the beautiful blend that if you can master that and have your content be half teacher, half friend, that's really the real deal, right? We all want to buy from our best friend who we trust. Obviously, network marketing is all about trust, but also our friend who we're like, damn, she knows what she's talking about. She always has something valuable to give me, even if it's one little nutrition tip a day or a few little workout tips throughout the week, something small that I can take with me. So that 50-50 split is what I do. And I always remember that people come for education, they stay for entertainment. An example of this is vloggers. How many of you actually watch vloggers full time? I mean, we're all busy. I know some of you are moms, so you probably don't watch vloggers, and I don't really watch them anymore. He said no. Is that yeah, Valen? Where's Valen? Is Valen? Hello. No. Yeah, it's interesting because I used to a little bit, but then I realized the reason that people even go to YouTube channels is for the searchability. They go for the how-tos. They go for education, right? When's the last time you looked up something on YouTube and it was the how-to? My last one was how to put on fake lashes because Jatana was like, it's easy, you'll figure it out. And I was like, no, so I'm Googling it, right? So I went for education. And then I ended up watching this girl because she was funny and I liked her life, but I went for the education initially. That's how she hooked me in, is through the searchability and through the educational content. And then I decided, okay, maybe I'll watch her vlogs. Maybe I'll see what she's about. Maybe I'll buy this beauty vlogger's lashes. So keeping that in mind when you're creating content. Next is the brand isms. I call these the isms. So this could be the Lauren isms, the Shelly isms, the Kelly isms, the Caroline isms. Jatana has a lot of these isms, these things that you know her for, that if her screen name was blacked out, I would still know it's her. I'd be like, oh, it's the mom crack, right? She's got these little unique things about her that only she does. So what I want you to do on a piece of paper is to just map out what are those few little isms. It could be 3 to 4 things that only you do. Maybe it's something weird that you're obsessed with that you want to kind of infuse into your brand. Maybe it's that, you know, Tana's always dancing in her workout videos and making it look fun. So that's one of her isms. So people can start to develop that brand recognition with her. So starting to think of your isms. Does anyone have any isms they can think of? I'm trying to think of someone else who, okay, like an ism for me and a culture builder is puns, is baby grandma. So I started this hashtag a few years ago, and it's kind of a mixture of an ism and culture building in that I realized I go to bed early. If you guys follow and know the whole baby grandma thing, it started as a joke, and then it became this thing that my community knows me as, oh, she goes to bed early. She's kind of a grandma. She's 28, but she acts like she's 82. Like, it's like this whole joke with my community. And I started a long time ago before the audience was big. And I realized that there was this power in that as a brand to really get them to trust and realize that's a unique thing about Angie. So I know all of you on here, we're all unique humans. You have something funny, unique, gitchy, weird, whatever about you that you want to bring to your brand. And that is why people come and not necessarily come to the Instagram, but once they're there, that's why they're going to stay, because they fall in love with your weird little isms, because we all have them. Another great thing to keep in mind is the show, don't tell. So when you're in the coaching industry, a mistake that a lot of coaches make is they talk about how awesome they are. Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be really, really good. My people get really good results. I help people to lose a lot of weight, and they talk about it instead of really showing it sometimes. And they've done studies in sales, and they've shown that people need to actually see a demonstration, not necessarily be told that it's awesome. And an example of this would be when you're at the mall and you went for a purse, and then there's the guy with a cucumber slicer at the station, and he's like, this cucumber slicer is amazing. You're like, oh my God, I need it. And you just buy like 10 of them, right? You're like, what's going on? So you fell in love with the demonstration of it. You saw the proof in the pudding. So what I want you to do, the few ways to actually do this are, one, to show behind the scenes. So actually show you coaching on these calls and you coaching a woman. Maybe you show a little clip of it. I know you guys can't show everything, obviously, but showing little snippets of the workouts, of the coaching, so people can see what it actually looks like. I think a lot of times in coaching, people talk about it, but then the customer's like, but what is it actually going to feel like to work with you? What does it look like? I mean, I would even show screen flows of what it looks like if I logged in, if I was your customer. How do I order my products? I mean, taking me through what it's actually going to feel like to work with you. So a good way to do this is behind the coaching. You're actually bringing people on. Maybe this is live videos. If you're really, really brave, bringing people onto your lives and coaching them through a little bit of health and wellness tips, nutrition, however you want to dive into that, whatever your niche is, if it's more the fitness or the nutrition side, and bringing them on. So an example of this is Jasmine Star. I don't know if you've seen her do this or you guys know her. She's great. She's awesome. And what she does is she brings strangers onto her lives and they ask her questions, and she'll do it for 20, 30 minutes. You don't have to be on this live with someone, this stranger you don't know, following you for hours. And she'll show her coaching. She'll show her actual process and her style. It's good practice for her. It makes her look like a credible source. It's community building because she's actually taking the time to answer from people who have not spent $1 on her yet. And it's also showing me that she's a good coach versus her just saying, hey, I'm Jasmine Star, I'm an awesome coach. I actually want to see what that would look like and feel like to have her talk to me. So just an idea for you guys to spice it up a little bit. I know a lot of you are trying to stand out in a saturated market right now. And I think going the extra mile like that and having that intimacy with your culture, with your community, is really what's going to set the tone, is that you have this demonstration to what you do. So behind the coaching I mentioned, that's really, really fun. Jatana does a good example of that, showing her on the calls. What is that like? What are you doing? As much as you can show people. People buy things when they've seen the proof, not just from people talking about it. Next is social proof. I know in the beginning this can be difficult, so you're probably going to go heavier on your own story because you don't have a ton of social proof yet. But even if this was your aunt's sister who was one of the first people to use the product and had a great transformation, or she did the workouts, she's your first guinea pig. She's the first person you utilize to get a bunch of those great testimonials from, and then from there you'll build and you'll be fine once you get a few of them. So I know the initial first social proofs are hard, but going ham on social proof, I mean, that's humans, that's how life works. On Amazon, you're always going to the reviews first. You're like, what did other people say about this? Did it work for other people? And I do think at all times, and I train my girls on this when they're creating their sales pages for their health courses, I tell them that the customer at all times is thinking, what is this? They need to be really clear on the offer. What the heck is this? Is this for me? So feeling that intimacy of, oh my God, this is exactly what I need, and that niche specific offer. And then number 3, they need to know, did this work for someone else? So I can type those 3 out. Is this for, oops, it's all caps. Is this for me? What is it? has this worked for someone else? So this is good to keep in mind, not just for sales pages, because for Beachbody, you guys don't need sales pages necessarily, but for story, for Instagram Live, whenever I'm presenting, I always think about that. Am I being super clear on what this offer even is? Are you making sure you're really describing to this woman the benefits of Beachbody, the workouts, the nutrition? Are you really making sure you're putting emphasis on that so it's not vague to the person, because a confused customer will absolutely walk away. Number 2, is this for me? Making her feel like it's for her. So the way to do this is when you start your videos, maybe your niche is busy moms. I know that's a big niche for Beachbody women because it's the at-home workouts. So you, in your content, speak directly to her in your copy. So you say, hey, busy moms, man, I know what it's like to have that 2 p.m. crash where your kids poop it on the floor and you're, I'm not a mom, okay? What do moms say? I have a dog, okay? He's like my kid. So you speak in language that me, who doesn't have a kid yet, would be like, oh, that's cute copy. But it wouldn't be like, oh my God, how does she know I deal with that? That's so specific. You want your content so nitty gritty specific. And this is on Instagram, Facebook, that your ideal girl gets it. She'd be like, wow, she gets me. She understands that I feel that way because I'm also a busy mom. And so getting super juicy and specific with that. So when she's reading your copy, she knows, oh my gosh, this is for me. And then last but not least, every human is nosy and curious. Has this worked for someone else? So as soon as you can, ASAP, going ham on social proof. The beauty is that, and my idol, Chalene Johnson, I wish she was on. She's talked about this a little bit with even Beachbody. You know, they asked her to come in and they did these really professional testimonial videos where they hired these, you know, a lot of money and this whole production team. And they were very professional, like Susie from Idaho. Hello, this worked, you know. And then when she did the ones that were just real, like screenshots or on her iPhone of her just saying, hey, this is what worked. Or a girl saying, you know, with her hair messy in her house saying, oh my God, this is the most amazing program I've ever done. This really worked for me. They found that that was more powerful. It also cost them way less and it was more relatable and it actually converted better. So don't think that for social proof, you need to have these amazing testimonial videos that you pay people a ton of money to make. The beauty of Insta Story and Instagram and Facebook is that you can either bring people on the live video with you, split screen it, or you can screenshot someone saying the things as well. So if you have not yet, utilizing that more, every single time you get someone saying this was great or this was delicious, the workout was fun, even if it's something small, put it in a folder on your phone. So I have like a love notes folder and I literally just collect them all and then I'll repost them. And people love when you repost them and recognize them too, especially your clients who are on this journey. You're their support system. They're going to love that you shout them out. So shouting people out and showing that social proof is going to be really, really good. And what's nice is Instagram now has this feature where you can just repost right away if someone tagged you in something as well, which is really, really nice. Showing sneak peeks of stuff. I know Jatana does this with the workouts and I'm always like, play more of it, but she won't show more of it. And so it makes me want to buy it because I'm like, show me the rest of the workout. So sneak peeks are really, really great. And the last one I'll cover tonight, I know I'm like going super fast through all of this, is what I call the yes ladder. So this is, Tony Robbins does this, if you guys have seen him. It's done in a lot of sales psychology, but it's essentially getting the momentum of yes before you ask someone something. And this isn't in a creepy, weird way. It obviously has to come authentic, but he'll go like, do you guys want this? Yeah. Do you want this? Yeah. And people are like on their chairs, like freaking out. They're like, yeah. And then he'll be like, but do you want to change your life? And then people who are nervous will just be like, yeah. And so he gets them into this yeah state. And so they say in sales that you need 3 or 4 yeses on the ladder before you ask your actual question of, would you like to enroll? Would you like to be a coach? Would you like to purchase the products? Before you bring that up, you want to get them in the momentum of heck yes. Energetically, it's good. And it's getting them already comfortable with trusting you. So on Insta Story, what you could do is a few clippets of this could be, let's say you are talking to busy moms at home. You could say like, hey, busy moms at home, do you feel like, you know, the day goes by, it's so busy, you don't have time to go to the gym. Who goes to the gym? My kid's freaking out right now. I don't have time to drive to the gym. So you're speaking to her directly. And the next story, you're like, I know how you feel because I was that way too a few months ago. So a relatability point, and you're like, I didn't even go to the gym. I had this gym membership, but I never used it. And I realized I could just literally do it in my house. So you're getting her to say, yeah, oh my God. Yeah, oh my God. And you're asking that question, like, do you feel this way, busy mom? And she's like, yeah. And now with the poll options, you actually can get her to click yes. And if she clicks no, whatever, just keep going. Just keep going with the yes letter, okay? And so she's like, yeah, I'm a busy mom. Yeah, I'm really busy. Yeah, I hate my gym membership too. Yeah, I wish I could lose weight without it being impossible. And she's like, yeah, yeah. And then you're like, awesome, I have a solution for you. So you're basically building her up and you're confirming that this is for her. And then the fourth or fifth story could be you actually saying, so excited if this is you and if this is the perfect fit, qualify her and say, if this is for you, here's my opportunity for you. Swipe up to apply, swipe up to grab the whatever it is you want her to buy, right? So that's kind of a little fun tactic that I feel good doing because it does qualify people and it gets them excited about what you have too. So this yes ladder, you can use it even on sales calls. I don't know if you guys are doing a ton of those. I think some of you gals probably are, right? To get people either signed up or to do to join your team. You can do this too and say, is this something you're really ready for right now? Yes. Are you really ready for residual income right now in your life? Are you ready to put the time in to do that? Yes. Are you feeling like you've tried every other workout system and it just hasn't worked? Yes. So you're creating that trust with her before you bring up this offer that you have. So, I went super fast. I already do talk really fast, but I'm looking at the clock and I was like, I'll just spill it all at them. So any questions you guys have on sales or marketing, hopefully you can rewatch that and jot down some notes and some tips.
That was incredible. Yeah, we have it recorded. That was incredible. I took like random notes all over my calendar that I'm supposed to use as a calendar, but I don't. Do you guys have any questions for Angie at all before we say our little spiel at the end here?
Yeah, anything that you guys are struggling with, maybe with maybe copy or the lingo right now, or sales calls. Okay.
If you guys don't follow her on Facebook and IG, it's Angie Lee Show, right?
Oh yeah, bio. Okay, we could do a bio. Yeah.
All right.
We could do a bio. And I actually have an example. Okay, so you guys go to angielee.com. It's completely free. You guys will see me do this. It's a full hour free webinar of me literally going through ninja-fying health and wellness coaches' bios. I forgot about my own freemium. That was horrible. I'm like, I don't know. But it's at angielee.com, and you'll see me go in, and me and another business coach were like basically cleaning it up. So if someone wants to screen share theirs, I could, if you want to pull it up, Lindsay Duran, I could definitely see.
All right, so do you have access to your phone, Angie?
Yeah, I actually do. Okay, let's see.
So Lindsay's handle is Linds, Linds, Duran, Duran. And she's one of my new leaders on our team. She's a diamond coach.
Oh, yay. Oh my God, you have a lot of followers. It's good. Faith first, wife always, twins plus boy mom, DIY is my jam, PCOS endo, kindness always, 60 pounds down home. Holy moly, this is a lot of stuff. You're a rock star. Look at this, mentor and coach. Yeah, I would actually go with the less is more and take out, let me pull it up so you guys could see what I'm looking at too. And then I can screen share. I'll do the Instagram on my computer. Yeah, there's a few things I would take out, and then we can ham up some more of the pain point that you solve, or what actually solution that you're speaking to from these women. So maybe something like, I lost 60 pounds without leaving my house. Like just going really big on that. That's a huge deal. I lost 60 pounds from home, no gym membership. Now I help women do the same. Something like that, so they understand when they go to your page, what solution you could provide for them. Because most humans, when they go onto Instagram, they don't care yet about little things, maybe like DIY or kindness. And those are more of the isms and the things they'll notice when they follow you. Like, oh my God, she loves DIY too, or she's really, really kind. But I think the initial moment, the second that they have to follow you, humans always are thinking, what's in it for me? What does she do? How can she help me? So I think it'd be fun to do something, and it depends on what you could fit in, obviously, with the text constraints. Let's see, faith first, wife always, twins, boy, mom. Yeah, I love the PCOS and endo, especially if that's a demo that you really like to serve. I think that's important to keep in. I would take out maybe the DIY and the kindness, and those are still huge parts of Lindsay and who you are, and you show it in your stories. It's more the isms, but I would lead with, and I would own the fact that you are this mentor, this coach, you have this solution. You lost 60 pounds from home. I don't think most people can do that or do that. So that's a huge deal. I would play on that and then speak to, now I help women do the same. So if a girl would be a little bit more interested in maybe messaging you and saying, how did you do that? It sounds like you help women do that as well now. And Lindsay, you can unmute yourself too if you want to. I don't know where she is in this sea of.
Yeah, I get a lot of traction whenever I talk about or post about the PCOS stuff.
Nice. And do you want to serve women with PCOS and use Beachbody as a tool to help them through that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, then definitely. I think you could even say, I help women with PCOS. You maybe don't use the word heal forever or anything like that, but you could say, I help women with PCOS finally lose, I don't know, stubborn weight. I know PCOS women deal a lot with weight loss resistance or whatever the biggest pain point is for PCOS women. I mean, you've been there and you have it. So speaking to that too would be good. Yeah, PCOS and endo. And then you can use that hashtag a lot in what you do too. I know that's a really niche community. It's a really good community and they're open for solutions. Yeah. PCOS, endo. Yeah, so that's all I would do. I'd take out the kindness line and the DIY line and use that space to put in a little bit more on PCOS and then the solution that you provide and a little bit more about the 60 pounds from home. I don't think you realize how big of a deal that is.
Should I leave the format or should I change it more into like a sentence?
Yeah, I like the sentence. I feel like this might be a little too long, so I would maybe put, I lost, 60 pounds from gym. I now help. You do something like cute like that. I lost 60 pounds from home without any gym. I now help women do the same. How do you PCOS? You want to say like battling PCOS, or you could do something cute like showing PCOS who's boss through nutrition, or something fun where you're talking about how you either deal with it or how Beachbody has helped you with it. Yeah. How do you feel like it's mostly helped you? Do you feel like it's the workout side, the nutrition side?
I think it's a combination of both. I think that I didn't find anything. I tried everything before Beachbody, and then it was the only thing that actually worked for me. So
yeah. And it depends your voice. And this is something you guys should keep in mind. Everybody has a different brand voice. Some people it's more playful, more serious. But you could do something cute like kicking PCOS to the curb naturally, or
yes, I'm not serious at all.
Okay. I'm always afraid to use like quirky language if that's not in alignment with
someone. That's totally something. Yeah, I'm cheeky. So
yeah, you could do like PCOS sucks. My nutrition plan doesn't. Or like you could just play on something that makes me curious. It makes me think, it's weird. I have PCOS or my sister has PCOS. What is she doing? And how did she lose this weight from home? I mean, you guys want the bio to be something intriguing within a few seconds too. And I think the other parts of you being a wife, the DIY, the kindness, I think they'll just know that that's part of Lindsay, and that's just more of your style of who you are. Mm-hmm. And it's different. And Jatana would probably agree to this too. I think, it's funny. I think what you do in the beginning of brand building is different than maybe in 5 years. I mean, you could literally write like, I poop my pants in your bio. And if you have 100, 200,000 followers, you're like, oh, I love you, Lindsay. Like, whatever. Like, it's almost like things change as you grow the brand. But now in the beginning, I always say clarity over cleverness. I think it's the best thing you can do as a marketer is just be super clear in a bio. This is who I am. This is what I do. No fluff around that. And then once you build that to a point where you feel like then you could maybe add in some fluff, you can add in fluff. But in the beginning, I would definitely lead with clarity. Yeah. And you guys have to remember too, your people don't know what you do. So you know what you do because you're in your own head. So you forget that maybe your customer has no idea. She's never heard of Beachbody. She doesn't know what the heck this system is or anything. And she's maybe not well versed in health and wellness. So keep it simple for sure. Let's see.
Anybody else want to pop theirs up there?
Yeah, you can do one more.
A handle, and then we can.
This is fun. I like doing this. I like ninja-fying them.
There's one. Aaron's.
Go. Wow. Click, click, click. Yay. Oh, I love all your moms. You guys are so cute. Look at this. Emoji. Oh, I love mermaids. Sci-fi lover, ice cream lover, lifting girl, illustrator. I had people stand up and be their own hero. Yeah, okay, this is a good one to ninja-fy. Okay, so ice cream's awesome, sci-fi's awesome. I'm with you, girl. I feel like we'd be BFFs. Illustrator, that's cool. Mama too. Yeah, I would. Okay, you have mama too, then you have mom again. I would say again, these are more the isms that you like. Sci-fi, you can add that into your stories, maybe showing you watching that. Ice cream, maybe you could play on like, I help women get abs with keeping ice cream in, or balanced nutrition. lifting. I think we kind of figure out how to keep that in somehow. And then, what does that mean to your ideal client? Stand up and be my own hero. What does that mean to your ideal client, you think? Oh, bye, Audra. Where's Erin? She on? Yeah. What are you leading with? More nutrition, more fitness? I'm wondering if your ideal client would know what that means just by going to your bio, like for the first time and seeing it, knowing what that means. I think it's a very powerful statement. But I'm wondering how you can maybe keep it or put something super clear about the end goal of your customer. And I always say, use the language that they're using. So if you could see your customer on a call being like, yeah, I really want to work with you because I can't wait to stand up and be my own hero. She's probably not saying that unless she's friggin', I don't know, like a magical unicorn client, right? Who's randomly saying that. So I would use the language of what she is saying. I can't wait to burn fat from home, find a sustainable nutrition plan, find balance. What are these key words that she's using versus maybe what you think she wants to hear, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I would do. I make it more specific on the biz. I think for some of you too, you're probably switching over from this was more of a personal account and now it's going more into being really focused on business. So this will be good to shift it up a bit.
I love it. One of my favorite phrases that you said, and I think you got this from the book, Why Women Buy or something like that.
Why She Buys. This is a
Why She Buys. Great book. Highly recommend. But you said, if you know the thoughts in your customer's mind, you've won.
Oh my God, 100%. It's over. Like I always say, game over. If you know what your customer needs and what she wants, you can be the best copywriter, marketer, everything, because you're basically in their head in a sense. So I think what happens is we get far away from it, or we forget that what worked for us, right? So maybe when Erin or any of these gals got into fitness, the thing that worked for you is that someone said some keywords that really spoke to you about, residual income, burning fat, or these keywords that weren't really like vague vanilla, as I call them, like the fluffy language. They were probably more specific. And then we get into coaching and we forget that is the first step for a lot of people, is just to speak directly to them. And so every day when I wake up and I think of my content for the week, I do think of her. I have a few girls that have been my favorite clients, and I know when I create content, they respond really well. And so I think of her, and then I create a list of what would she love to hear this week on the podcast, or what would she love to hear in a live video. And I literally work backwards and I reverse engineer and I create content for her. She's my ideal client, because I know if there's one of her, there's hundreds of her who would respond like that. And I think of her when I'm creating stuff. So that's an idea for you guys too. Instead of being overwhelmed by this has to hit hundreds of people, think of that one ideal person that you've worked with, even if it was pro bono a few years ago that you were like, God, that was such a great client. Think of her when you're creating Instagram stories. Like look into the camera and think about her. So it's easier for you to get out niche specific content.
100%. And every time I tell my coaches probably have heard this till they're sick of hearing it, but when I make posts or when I portray myself on stories, yeah. When I'm dancing in my kitchen to Boyz II Men with hearts in my eyes, acting ridiculous, like I am talking to the mom that I was 5 years ago. And I am solving the problems of Jatana 5 years ago. And I can't speak authentically from any other place but that place. And that's the place when I speak that and when I portray that, like, you don't have to be this suffocated mom who's just like serving your family and that's all you ever do in life, and you drive a minivan and you drive around your neighborhood while your kids are sleeping watching Bob the Builder, and that's all you ever listen to your car is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. And like, that's the mom that I'm talking to. And so when I do that, that's when I make the biggest influence, and I influence action. And that's what we're all here for. We're not here to just share our stories and hope, or just hope people watch. We're here that people will actually take action on what we're saying. And so Angie is just so good at that. Angie, do you want to tell them about the incredible conference that you have?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm over here thinking about like weird marketing stuff. So Jatana is speaking at Pays to Be Brave. It's my female entrepreneur conference. Mike, you can still come though, because you seem awesome. So I'm really excited. Jatana will be speaking on Instagram growth and social media growth and how she's done it as a network marketer. Yay, Laura Jade said I'll be there. So you guys can use Jatana at checkout and it saves you 10% off tickets. So I just made that link just for you guys, or any of Jatana's peeps. It'll be really fun. There'll be a bunch of network marketers there, mostly health and wellness coaches, about 400 girls, swag bags, dance parties. If you haven't been to San Diego, it's basically heaven on earth. So it's pretty magical. So it's in October too. So you guys can check it out at paysbebrave.com and then use Jatana's code at checkout. Just use her name. But yeah, any questions you guys have on bio, go check out and watch my free training of that on my site. On my show, I talk a lot about niche stuff and bio stuff. But yeah, if you guys DM me and want me to like quickly audit yours, I'd be happy to. I like doing that. And I think it makes a big difference to clean it up, you know? And another tip too is to have your pain and your pleasure list. So one side of the paper is the pain points of your ideal client, the woman you're trying to serve. The other side is the pleasure points, what she really wants. And so basically go figuring out what's my ideal client, what's the solution I have, and then you work backwards and you create stories and content based on that. So if this is the woman, maybe this is you 6 months ago, a year ago, like Jatana was saying, this was her. She probably right now could create a list of all of the top 10 to 20. Maybe she can go to 100 pain points of this woman that she's speaking to every day. So if she's ever stuck on content ideas, she can go back to that list and say, oh my gosh, all right, I know that this would be a great tip today because I struggled with that. I know she would resonate with this. So always go back to that list. It's like marketing 101, but I still do this to this day when I'm like, what podcast content do I want to create this week? Oh yeah, let me go back to the pain points of my ideal person. So that's something to keep in mind too.
Love it. I can listen to you all night, but I know that on the East Coast it's pushing 10:30, and some of our girls get up at 6 and work out. So, and I would love to hear a call on the pain versus pleasure and how to really build content around that. I think that would be an incredible call. But I hope you guys, especially if you're on the East, because I know Laura Jane, you're in Los Angeles or outside Los Angeles, it's really awesome to see some of your faces at the Pays to Be Brave conference. It's a women's entrepreneurship conference. Are dudes allowed to come, or is that?
so far, no. But maybe if he wants to be like the like a dancer there, you know, or like the MC who's rapping and pumping girls up. I don't know. Maybe I know it stinks. I've had like 10 to 15 guys DM me and they're like, hey, yo, so I think your stuff's really cool. Can I come? And I'm like, I think it's a female entrepreneur event. Shoot. So I feel bad, but you know, next one, we'll make it maybe both sexes. So
there you go. Well, this call is recorded. So if you have coaches that weren't on and you know that they would get so much value from this, which I think every coach should listen to it. Like she just laid out some like the bomb nuggets, and you definitely, I'm going to be really listening to it. She listed it out. I'm like, oh my gosh, she talks so fast. I can't keep up with what she's saying. So
well, I already talk fast. And I was like, I'm going to have to go really fast or this is going to be till midnight. And I don't want to keep these baby grandmas up if they're baby. I'm just going to go.
That's so funny. I take pictures like drinking my coffee in my wicker chair and I'm like, look, I'm being Auntie Lee. I'm being a baby grandma.
Oh yeah, you guys can grab a mug. It's basically a little grandma with meatball. We had a designer make it. It's so funny. It's so cute.
Cute. Well, you guys please go check out her IG and her Facebook, because she puts out a ton of incredible content that you can get so much value from just by watching her live videos and things like that. So, and then come to the Pays to Be Brave conference if you're not going to Super Saturday, because it's the same weekend, but it's all good. All right, thank you so much, Angie. I feel bad that you had to jump on this call.
I'm going to voice you later and tell you what happened. I was basically stuck in the middle of a huge highway in LA, but you know what? I somehow got here. So I appreciate you guys having me on. It was so fun, and thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. All right, we love you, girl. Have a good night. Thanks, everybody. Bye.